Luffy might be the most successful emperor in the entire series. Spoilers for chapter 1110 of One Piece. Not only did he play a big role in defeating Kaido and Big Mom, but if he managed to take out the Gorosei, the only other emperor that would live up to his accomplishments would probably be Blackbeard. Speaking of the Gorosei, we finally had to confirm what they are, or at least what they're supposed to be based on. That we don't have an actual devil fruit for them, which I think is kind of weird. But the fact that they're introduced as things like the Hoki and the Bokotsu kind of adds to that demonic vibe that they have going, especially when you see their full designs, which are still in the One Piece art style, but they really don't look like anything we've ever seen before, especially not from a zone fruit user. Because when it comes to most zone users, they still have some resemblance to their human form, like with Lucci and his weird animal cat face. But with the exception of Saturn, almost all of them just look like straight up demonic creatures. To be fair, you could probably consider this to be what their hybrid form is, and it's pretty similar to what Black Maria looked like when she was in her pseudo hybrid form or whatever this was supposed to be. What's interesting about the horse dude though is that his abilities seem to be a little more in line with what Brook can do, because it was said in the chapter that this does ice damage or some kind of frost damage. And he's also stupid fast. Like for the most part, a lot of people just straight up could not see him moving or running, which also sounds pretty similar to how Brook usually attacks people with said ice ability. So I wouldn't be surprised if whatever he has going on turns out to be an upgraded version of Brook's Devil Fruit. What's interesting though is that it seems like all the Gorosei just have an innate regenerating ability, because I really don't believe that the worm dude is just dead after this. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back or regenerate from it. This was also a pretty cool callback to when the Giants saved Luffy almost verbatim back in Little Garden. But like I said, there's like a 0% chance the worm dude is actually dead after this. Zoro also finally took down Lucci with what looks like is a spinning type of slash, because you have one sword back here, one here, and then obviously the one in the mouth. And while the final hit itself is really cool, I think my favorite thing about it is that he only did it after Sanji called him a burden, which is pretty funny. Vegapunk's also supposed to reveal whatever it is he's supposed to reveal in like 7 more minutes. And while I really do want to know what he's gonna reveal, it's been like 3 chapters since they started building it up, and at this point I'm just gonna wait for whenever they do decide to do it, and it's probably gonna be once the Gorosei are defeated, or it's gonna be at the climax of the fight. It really could go either way. Overall, it was another incredible chapter, and I think at this point Egghead is by far at least a top 3 arc. For me personally, I think it's probably in my top 2. I think it's just crazy that up until this point we still haven't had a chapter that is anything short of amazing. And aside from wondering what Vegapunk's gonna reveal, I'm also really curious how Luffy's supposed to get out of this, because even Sabo just decided to run away from these people. But as always, let me know what you think.